for ene nana Kwame Bediako cheddar or friends and for in shame na say wa brands and for ekopiem or no na say or dan ne ho edi atwere say dey or call as independent candidates amaya kwoto ne so aba ese o mampani edi ama Ghana and afensu no odan ne chitafo I say the new 6 edi or the niema ahodo bi so etuja or say so betena so mampani a obeye titiu efa galamse hu eni niema ahodo bi a obeye na aboa Ghana yenko ni enkohwe ne a course wa bra eye nana Kwame Bediako cheddar e friends and trefo enhyiamu niema ahodo a wode tuja ansa na ebekwa kotie nu na meka o set tap send so wo amanone na se wo send sika e de aba Ghana e fa mobile money so bank account anase zpay o de ane se ko app store anase play store na ko download tap send e bisa promo code no about tv e de ashoni a cho bonus e de aka wa yento show wo Europe nso asem den se tap send wallet e de aba wo di usika no kwa na ko create wallet na service cap 3000 Ghana cedis na fi asify your transactions a yento hwe na emu no ye je be cho bonus e de aka yenko ne yenko tie ne ye course so e wo ho ne ba ya toa so e de amam.
Because I'm intelligent or smart, I want to become a president because you made me become a president. I want my power to come from you. I want you to empower me. And when I'm on the seat, I need to remember that it's because of you. It's because of your thumb. It's because of you believe in me. That's why I'm sitting on the chair, and therefore I have to serve you. I think the new Ghana, we are supposed to start a new nation by putting our citizens first. And on this note, I think that a lot of people have doubts about my capacity and my ability. But one thing I can assure you is that I will not allow my capacity to undermine my ability. Neither would I let my ability undermine my capacity. I am here because I want you to understand this. I know certain things that I know that it will help our generation. And I've been talking about industrialization. I know people want me to break it down, but it's also what is going to bring us our economic freedom. We need to take this very serious, that governance is going to determine our future. If we have a bad national governance, our hopes will be cancelled. Our future will be blurry, and we wouldn't know what we're doing if we are educating our children without educating them about our minerals and our resources, without adding value to humanity, to see what taxpayers' money can be invested in and how it can help develop the country and assist the able and the unable people, disabled people as well. And on this reason, I would still like to urge Ghanaians and the young people that we should stand together and ask the EC to open the gates for continuous registration. The future of this youth is very, very, very important. Democracy thrives when every eligible citizen has the opportunity to vote. I'd like to repeat this. Democracy thrives when every eligible citizen has the opportunity to vote. This is why I'm calling for a continuous vote registration. This is the time this change is coming. But of course, I know hands down, if these doors are open also, I would dip into this polls. Because I definitely believe in the youth out there, and they also believe in the mindset that I have. And for that reason, well, I wouldn't say that we're being restricted, but we believe that there will be a great change if these polls and doors are open for continuous registration. Not to say that they haven't also given us some continuous registration, but it was 3 days. And after that, I think they're saying they're going to give us another 3 days from the 1st to August. After advocating for the last time, it went from 27th to 30th. I want to tell EC that we appreciate that support. But please consider the youth. Consider 5,000 children, 10,000, 100,000, a million children in this country who are going to turn 18 from June to November, that we are resisting them, disenfranchising them from their democratic rights. What are these million people going to become? Are they also going to run away? Are they going to be exported out of the country, as we have made all the Western world exported the best of our talents to fix the same minerals they've extracted from us so we can go and buy it back? I came here to stop this. Is out for you. I have lived the struggles of everyday Ghanaians. I have felt the weight of poverty and the sting of limited opportunities. This is not just a campaign. It is a revolution for a prosperous Ghana. Running as an independent allows me to continue my mission of bringing economic freedom. I like to repeat this word. This gives me the opportunity to bring you the economic freedom. What does this entail? 3 things, and I want to align that with you. It's equity, equality, and empowerment to all Ghanaians without being hindered by bureaucratic roadblocks. Our movement is about unleashing the immense minerals and human wealth of our nation. We will no longer be held back by outdated systems or entrenched interests. We are building a movement out of the moment, and that would fundamentally transform Ghana, instilling in every Ghanaian the great mindset of democracy, ambition, and entrepreneurship. I'm here to join you so we can build our personality and build a new mentality. My commitment to the people of Ghana remains unwavering. I will fight relentlessly for our shared vision of a prosperous, united, and empowered nation, regardless of the challenges we face. This move is not about me. It's about ensuring that the voices of Ghanaians are heard and represented in our government. We will not be silent. We will not be stopped. This is my small speech to let you know and to assure you that I took this decision not because I just want to be a part of whatever that is existing in this country, but I took this decision because I want to be courageous enough to stand with you for our voices to be accepted, for us to be a part and the power that governs us. We need to be the ones who will be responsible for the leaders that we choose in this country. And for that note, I ask you to stand with me throughout the struggles. We have 5 months left. 5 months can make a huge difference. 5 months can be the new change, a new reformative, redemptive revolution that will change our political principles and move away to foreign influence, which is undermining our national governance. The future should not be dependent on us. The future should be prepared for our children. For the ones who are coming are the ones that we need to prepare Ghana as a new Ghana for them. Whatever we have been through, these mistakes, we should learn from it. These lessons, we should grow from it. But just to remind Ghanaians that a first mistake is a mistake, but the second one is a decision. And our decision has to be right to help this nation. Thank you. There was a banker's draft that was also released and cashed. But that 7 days came after 12 September, and this certificate never showed up. we wrote a letter to follow up. And then on, we still did not get the response. On the 30th of May, after 6-7 months, we got a call saying that the application will be ready. And I think sometime in June, finally, the application, the certificate, which is provisional, was ready. Now here's the problem. If you get this certificate, you have to go through a gazetting system. You'll be vetted by the EC. And it will take 3 months. So after the 3 months, before they decide to give you the license, in this case, we were prepared with our movement company as well, just in case we were delayed. That's exactly what has happened. After 8 months of putting this registration through, we received a provisional license after 8 months, which makes it very difficult for us to risk another 3 months of getting the actual license before we can proceed as a party. Completely makes it impossible for the new force. And therefore, I'm here to announce that the new force plans going forward is to run as an independent candidate for this year, 2024. We believe that if we have to wait for 3 months and we're guaranteed to still get this license, we wouldn't have 2 months to even campaign or market for this party. I want to assure Ghanaians for one thing, I will keep on proceeding for this party after this elections. At this very point, the new force, ourselves, the team, and all the people that have been a part of this believe that is a great idea for us to go ahead with the independent candidates. Now in the past, I know that a lot of people haven't been successful being independent. But the one thing that freed Ghana from the imperialist is independence. That's how we started. So the one thing that I believe would relieve Ghana from our political principles, which is undermining the nation's development and the country's development, is independence. Today, I courageously stand here and say that I would be able to get onto the ballot based on us serving or submitting the right requirements by EC, and we will make a big difference. We would make history in this very coming election. Thank you. Now I'd like to share the plans with you. One, the unveiling process of the series of the mask. So today, I like to say this is a pre-launch of the other mask that are yet to be unveiled. Our vision for Ghana. Our vision for Ghana is ambitious and transformative. We envision a nation where every region pulses with industrial vitality, each a beacon of innovation and economic prosperity. The regional industrial revolution is at the heart of our agenda. By transforming all 16 regions into a vibrant industrial hub, we will unlock Ghana's vast mineral and human potential wealth. The transformation will create millions of jobs, reduce poverty, and spread prosperity for beyond Accra and further. I used to feel like I was very lonely because they told me it's lonely at the top. And when I was there, I could still hear noises and voices in my head and from the streets. Then I took a decision sometime last year. I prepared myself to embark on this journey. And I went blind in my dream. But I woke up again with my sight. I only found my way out of that door in my dream because there was an eye in my head that opened. So I want to assure Ghanaians that I'm not just someone that wants to be a leader. I believe I'm chosen. I believe I'm anointed and appointed for this very moment. I know there are doubts, but that's fair, that's fine, that's human. This is the time that we don't have to depend on choices anymore. This is the time that we rely on decisions. A decision that we take today that will shape our lives 5 years from now and build the future of our children. I am here to go through this journey with you. And together, let's build it together. Let's build a better nation, a better country, a new set of generational leaders that will thrive on our ideas and vision today. And in 30 years, I believe that we will turn Ghana to be the hub of Africa. We would build Ghana as Texas of America and be industrialists, be able to supply the rest of Africa, build the best relationship with other countries, and unify Africa, unify our governmental systems so we can have a developmental agenda that will be continued by our children. Thank you very much. Thank you for making.
Exactly. What kind of role are they going to play in your whole New Force movement and then campaign? That's number one. Number two is on the issue of continuous registration. I think that I wanted to know if you have made an attempt to lobby Parliament on that issue, because I know that the issue with continuous registration has to do with an LI, which the EC, I'm not here holding brief for the EC, but I know that there was it is involved with an LI, which was sent to Parliament but was rejected, or what didn't get the consensus from both sides. And so the EC, as at now, is operating with a previous LI, which is what is being used. In order to get that continuous registration, you need to have an LI which will enable that. And of course, you can also get that clarification from the EC. I wanted to know if you had actually lobbied Parliament on that. The other question...
You have 3 questions? I won't be able to memorize all of them, and I think a lot of people... In fact, I'm taking 5 questions, so 2 is okay.
Thank you, so I'll let others...
Yeah, so
Thank you very much.
Okay, so the first one, it's about the new... It's about the new 6 and what the financial sector in this country, and the industrial and humanitarian development of this country. And we're talking of a vice. All of these people will be coming out. But since it's unveiling system, I would plead with all of you so we can enjoy that suspense of seeing who is coming next and who is coming after. But I just wanted everyone to understand that we have made sure that the 6 angles of governance, development, structures, financial, investors, and all of that is what we're putting together for this country. The Big 6 is supposed to shape the development of this country, and therefore we are not going to depend on borrowing money from outside and bringing outsiders to invest in our before we think that we're becoming successful. That's what we are shaped for. To be internally strong and build a strong governance that will shape this country's future for the rest of our lives and the ones who are coming. Thank you. He talked about EC and the airline. I don't think I should be in a position to fix the problem for governmental institutions. I think that it should be their common rights to see and know that if I don't help this youth and the people who are entitled to vote, then I'm taking away their rights. And that's what the government is supposed to do. At the moment, to address what you said properly, I think a government is an embodiment of a nation that governs us as long as we live. A politician is a chosen leader that will come for a particular specific years if it's under the regime of democracy. And I don't expect orders from above to control the government. I expect the government to use the laws of our judiciary system, the legislation, the executive arm of this country, to govern the politicians. And until we make sure that is implemented, I think we might be going under some kind of dictatorship whilst we're practicing democracy. These differences needs to be straightened. And I want to use this moment to address that EC could be one of the institutions that can help to clarify these situations, to support the people, to move them away from being disenfranchised. And let's hold the government responsible for governmental duties and responsibilities. Although I sent letters to the Parliament, to the Christian Council, and copied everyone, including EC, I still haven't heard anything from anyone. Thank you.
Okay. Question here. Coffee Day, GTV. So on a personal level, on a personal level, what's been your biggest surprise running for president of Ghana? That's the first question. And the second question, if you become president of Ghana, how are you going to be dealing with illegal mining, aka galamsey, which is affecting so many sectors of our economy?
Thank you. Thank you. Kafui, I would say that maybe I won't talk about my first biggest surprise, but my second biggest surprise was when you were supposed to ask me this question on your station, on your show, and they canceled my interview with you. And it was because the orders from above. And today, you happen to be with one of these press people to ask me this question. I think you are a great interviewer, and so much could have come out that day if it's not because of how partisans we're becoming in this country. That may come into GTV, and the first thing that GTV, which is a Ghana national television that we have been watching our whole life that belongs to this country, would cancel my event or my speaking moment interview with you. And I'm sure you were surprised too, as much as I was surprised. So it's one of my biggest surprises. Second to that.
But beyond that, what's a surprise you about running for president?
Well, if I have to go on and on and on, I'll tell you a lot. A lot of cancellations have been my surprise. You know, I think that, you know, a government should embrace their own. That's how the new Ghana should be. If somebody wakes up tomorrow and they say they want to become the next Kwame Nkrumah, or they want to become the next Patrice Lumumba, as a nation, we have to embrace them. If somebody wants to be Bill Gates and they believe they're going to be Bill Gates, let's not laugh at them. Let's not cancel their ways of trying to voice out their vision. Let's not interfere with their plans and their visions. Because if you do that, you will make that citizen be surprised if truly they're Ghanaian or they're not. So these are my surprises. And I will have a lot if I have to go through. But I just wanted to use your one as a great example because I was truly surprised. And I'm sure you were too, because you were waiting for me and you just found out that orders from above says, I can't be there.
We'll explore them when we have the interview later on.
Well, I have been called twice and I still said that I feel like I need an apology letter from GTV. Not from the government, but from them as an institution. It's only right that they have to say, we're sorry we treated you that way. Can we have an interview? And you'll be the first person I'd like to say with. Now the second question, galamsey. Okay, illegal mining. It is destroying our country. The sad thing is, it's not our country people that destroyed our country. They were still doing illegal mining. We could have controlled them. But we let in the Chinese, like there are millions of Chinese in our country. And they mine 24/7. Now all our waters are poisoned. And the food that we're starting to eat is this same water system that is feeding the ground. So, believe it or not, in the next 10 to 15 years, Don't be scared if you see any children with 3 eyes or 7 fingers.
It's happening already.
It's happening already? Okay. Now, for me as a leader, the first thing I will do is I will stop the foreigners who are destroying my land. In fact, if the Chinese are hearing me, I will probably put hundreds of thousands of them under house arrest and call the Chinese president that this is what you've done to my country. You have caused 33 million people's lives, and therefore you are going to be responsible for building and fabricating all our nest plants that will recycle this water again for us to get our life back. And after, I will release your 100,000 people to you after 4 years of hard work to fix my country. Just to show the world that we are not animals here. You cannot go to anyone's country and destroy their water, destroy their cocoa, destroy their whole life. What kind of government do we have? And they're sitting down watching them. What is Ghana today? Who are we? Anybody comes to our country and experiment us and do whatever they like, and they go out just because they put something in a brown envelope for somebody who is not even certified to be a minister or to be a leader. This revolutionary consciousness is to stop certain things that is coming from outside into our country, that it's being manipulated. You know, we are being restricted. We're being destroyed. And our leaders can see it. And they're just watching it happen. I watch. Now, on the other note, with the local people who are also Galamseys, what am I going to do to them? Would I arrest them too? No. But I have to call all of them. I have to stop them and re-employ them. Because I know that they know the work, but they haven't been given the opportunity to do the work. So I want to give them the opportunity that they should be able to give us our ultimatum. I am looking for 200 tons because I'm going to tell you right now, this country have less than 8 tons in our central bank. And that's why we have to borrow money below $1 billion. Up until recently, when we needed 3 billion, we had to buy gold to make it almost 14 tons before we can borrow that 3 billion. When you go to Dubai, when you go to Emirates, these people are buying our gold every day. They pack it, they refine it, keep it as reserves. When it gets to 200 tons, they call any financial institution and say, look at my gold, it's stamped, it's Swiss stamp. I need 200 billion. And you just show them the gold and you have to take the money. So we can let our Galamseys come and work for us in the next 3 years to reach the 200 billion, and I will write all your loans off one touch. Because you have the money. God has given you the wealth. If you cannot see it, the person who can see it better will come and take it. But I want you, and I want Ghanaians to be rest assured, I am not that Mbabulu. Minye obia afei ena meba betena ho na mehwe me nkrofo na we sisi om na we fa we na we fa we nka sane e ka no dia nka manya me dia bi ka me ba ha ba ye den but ena wo sunti ena nam no ma ekoso wo kromanti enti ena betu anamo ho se me ba na ma ba me ba mo majai. And I will make sure I create wealth in this country. I will make sure I will bring jobs in this country. Because, say, if we are able to just get another 3.5 million workers, we will have 7 million workers. 7 million workers is what we had in 1960. And the country was slightly above 7 million, which means 90-something% where they had jobs. Today, we're 33 million. And it's just about 12% that have jobs. The rest are nowhere. Just because we're tolerating foreigners and outsiders to come and take advantage of us. And we don't even know what to do with our own people. Our own people. We have 75%, which is 0 to 45 years. The youth, this is empowerment. What are we doing with them? So this question is a great question, and I hope that you can ask me another one, but I will leave it for when I get my apology letter.
If I may add a few words to what Pamela just said. A few of you know me. I'm almost 88. I've been in business here.
Sorry, I would like to introduce
Many of them know me already.
General Nuno. This is General Lulu go way back from Nkrumah all the way
I
to
worked
today.
with Nkrumah. I was Black Sapphire. Now you call it Jubilee House. Now I am here this morning because I heard Kwame was going to meet the press today. I have a medical emergency. I need not be here. But Ghana is too important for me to ignore. Ghana's future is too important for me to ignore. At the age of 88, almost, Kwame is 44. Am I?
Twice your age. You're twice my age.
Some people at my age, below my age, that Joe Biden, they are doubting his body brain is working well. And my brain is working 100% well. I think you Bediako chair. Who can remember Bediako chair? I can remember that age. And I'm so concerned about Ghana that actually if I'm meeting the press, no matter what, I should be here. That's why I'm here. As a medical issue that I shouldn't be here, but Ghana is too important. And how many of you are 50 years and above? Raise your hand, you're 50 years and above. How many? Well, I can see one. And my last born is over 50. So I don't have any business at my age. Give me another 2 years, 90. I don't know what I will be here. But as long as I live and Ghana is being destroyed, I will fight to my last breath. That's why I'm here. Because the Prime Minister said, what's happened to Ghana? It never happened. Who is from Winneba? Anybody from Winneba here? Around Winneba? My father was a fisherman, and I became Chief of Defense Staff. It's not possible today. I had to fight for myself, and I had people behind me, pushing me, including Nkrumah. But today, since the last, our latest constitution, the fourth program constitution, 1992, we had two governments, two parties running Ghana. It's the most abysmal performance I've seen anywhere in my life. I've been in Britain for 12 years. I live in Russia, I've lived in Canada, I've lived in the US. I've lived everywhere, under my own steam. And where Ghana is going, please, you young people, wake up. Wake up. Otherwise, when I'm dead, you can't pour libation on my grave. You said it, we ignore you. We need a man like Nkrumah, and that is why Kwame came. I call Kwame, so Kwame, what is your mission? Ghana must be saved. We don't care about Ghana. Nobody cares about Ghana. We are selling all our assets, and you are watching them. I've lived in Birmingham for more than 64 years, since 1960 I joined the army. Today we are selling the trade trade, and nobody opening their mouth. The press are mute, saying nothing. Your assets are being sold, and you are watching on. This McDan selling assets, and you are watching it. Jesus Christ, never happened in my time when I was like you. So you young people of this country, wake up, because the country is gone. Not only the child, every idiot comes to Ghana and take Ghana for granted, and we are sitting down. I should fight for you at my age. I've fought since so many years. In my little way, I've built Ghana, I've built O'Reilly, I've built 6, 7 secondary school blocks. When I said build, I didn't have a land cruiser and air conditioning, and people, I was pushing wheelbarrow to build Ghana. My children didn't go to school here. I left country, Ghana in 1982. My children went to Britain and lived there. But every Ghanaian, young Ghanaian, is my concern. So please, young people, look, these two parties, I was the Nako campaign manager. Domama, on advice, I was Chief of Defense Staff, then later good advisor. They cannot fix this country, they can't do it. Take it from me, they can't do it. They'll come and lie to you, you'll do it, they can't do it. By that time, I'll be gone. They'll come and pour libation on my grave, you said it, we didn't listen to you. So please wake up. Ghana is at a risk. China, every idiot come to Ghana and take our assets and we are watching them. Every idiot. And we are watching them. Is that right? No. Your children, how are they going to survive? I paid my school fees selling fish, going to catch crabs in Winneba. In the 1940s, after secondary school, my mother was selling in the market foodstuffs. You go to Accra, they are selling on the street, and we don't care. We are driving land cruisers around. We don't care. We don't care. What kind of human being? Are we animals or human beings with feelings? Are we animals? Let's wake up.
Thank you.
me pacho my country within the Empress and from Ohineba Media. Masem bisane say, who speech earlier no oka bibi ewomo about disabled. Say nyame ya dom na say obeye president o man Ghana. Me pese mi hu hyehyɛ ya wo de agu akwemu ama wo. Esan say ye nuanom disabled bebre o ha omo ewo qualification no. Nanso wo Juma enye esan disability ni ti yemfa wo mo afei so ex gratia ye MP enjoy no at your time no omo be so enjoy na na ne to so bi ma ehia me kase pa ye say ye parliamentary no okọ parliament house a ne akoso kase wo hwa ya brofo kasa ye nuanom Ghana so ye bibi kasa twi kasa de obia ete aside other languages no what time eno na ebe koso
the ocean track record in my philanthropical achievements. You know, say I have been working with disabled for a long time. There's a guy called One Leg who is my friend, and we will be a no stresses. But at the same time, no autonomy. When I saw his efforts, I decided to make one. So, madam, on any first person, I thought tricycle man, I made a share in some sense. So, to me, a human or tobacco come on, I thought a third one. I'm a toy and person Uber for one thing. It is our time enough in a young woman, a young woman. And then I make a say, One Leg or internet with me. We see that back, we see the money man, we talk as fine. Now, my catcher says, a certain disabled for pet and one employer. Why employ me now? My best friend, so the friend Brown, is blind, or who are there? But tell me who can buy me feel. And if you did Christmas, you will be there. If you ask them, and he says, they're sending them, then he says, put it back. As my person can say, you put on small or for so many Macassa, and they're brown. Because as my brown catcher will believe in said, was say the biggest tragedy that befell on the land is a man with a sight but without a vision, and you have all of it. It's a brown one, and can be the essence and the level of my greatness. But it took Obi and Indian from. No, Kasama was saying, booming. Everyone who say, Yakupon grabs money back, or better be a show, and you will be on time. But pardon, it's your doyer, dear Bill, and I have to say, one, or Muntia for and I say, be a young woman fully able. No, yeah, it is a woman come. Push a room, yes, it's sending from they were disabled, they were here for so they were elite, and they were politicians, and they were pastors, Christians. Obia, they did the box. Obia should. We have to open this country and make it a one nation, one people, one country. I dare what Makoma to say. The same will form a Juma as I say the moment. It won't be real home with my Obi 1 and 9 or Chawa Nisa, a Juma Bayano, Obi all 9 and Sa, what to mean. No one as I said, you created a Juma no name. It's never been for months. Ushakra, we told road tolls in freeway, toll booths in freeway. Disabled of you when you bro maybe at 400. No, almost it's more, almost a year a Juma yet. I will never be. Tell Makuma Super said, my sorting out. Now we can't benefits for envy. We no criminal politics. And Yadiana meaning Azana. I started this movement because Nyadiana Makuma any politics in fact. And no mabia na me hwɛ a minor who go through and ya me fe. Nti na emma to me emfa me ho entwitwi obi a a politician. And yes, I mean pet me pass them say obi a politician me pɛ wasem. But say me free say a minor nkoso ye na no ma bi nkoso ye so a. Say me timi ne watena wo say bia me ne wo Eboko Shata Free and I said, the Babaji contract be or na intimi yesa. Eti me bema And no maybe or high best sapa me share ministries big crowd or ha. Ministries big crowd or that. Obi bisa me say and I ministers in our ministers ebi wo ho pa ebi nso beba ebi nso wo mu dada na emom no ebi wo ha as see a close no kakra and suddenly you get the right idea for that ministry and suddenly you be now the right people are on them and just unya ya now the minister akotra now the deputy now for the offer nipa 500 now ko bobo say IMF now they are beti omoka. See, we have to cut all of these things economically. And I think said the MPs no, they're okay because we MP Ghana and just says to say what language are great. We vice then and just says to say what dank is here. It's a say idea you a juma would they back on mining and then before or warm. And tell me idea with them and a better ashe. Say I don't feel all bad. Name feel on my dear. I don't see why you should get all these benefits. And now last one, language, no. Language there, and you hear pa. Uko China, umusia there awo omo language Mandarin. Uko Singapore, umusia there the language. Uko Dubai, umusia there the language. Uba Africa, yakabrofo. Na yo inyina yo language. But who said there's a problem with that? But I've also seen an advantage with that. The problem is that Ushe Yukura, India, different Kasa, India 10 and 20 and 30. So the different languages, no. So Mishian Granino and Titria, it's me expressive. Say Mishia Trini Tsunami Agrinia, also to me expressive. Too sharp. Brofuni idea bakwa. Ababaye national language, continental language. You bet me the expressive. It is a nyamre na entiasie bet me ba. You bet me use sa brofuna. Yenyusu wo nyansa semu. Yenyusu sa brofuno e wo nyansa semu. Na mo kra no mo abonten no, omo say policies na ye ka no nyansa wo because me dey meaning say kosi broni a wo kire me brofuno. Why mistakes or kire me? Because the power of my governance and how I will use that same language to influence our continent, that will bring me the power that my own tree language cannot do. But I do respect my language and I do respect all dialects in the country. And I think that there will be a day that if they're not able to speak the tree or the Ga in parliament, there should be some sort of translation. Even if you're watching on television, that would be able to translate what they're saying to you so you can understand. There's been almost one cover of and I say, any questions I will decide. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. My name is Panat Kedaze, Oyapa Television. I have a couple of questions, but I will ask only one.
Thank you.
What is your stand on the debate surrounding the free SHS program? Should it be abolished or reviewed? Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, I'm not here to judge a policy, whether it should be abolished or it should continue. But I think that as a country, we have to have the structure and the planning to be able to give free education to our people. The question is, can we afford it? Because free education will probably come from tax people's money or our reserves. Say a group and we have a minus. Our GDP says 75 billion, but we can't get 3 billion. We have to go and borrow it from IMF. That means there's a big vacuum in our economy. And this problem should be looked at so it can support the decision that we've taken to give free SHS. And this area, the cost of it, the kids will have 3 months education and they'll go and stay home 3 months. They will come back and they will stay home 3 months because when you budget what it costs to give a nation free education, it's really high. That means your turnover also should be really high. I believe that if Ghana has exporting power, you see, the way to build your economy is to have exportation power, where you export a lot of goods outside. So people's economy will come into your country. If you take your money to go and import goods into your country, you're sending your economy to those people. And so the same government, if he decides to give free education, it needs that avenues that is producing revenues in the country and causing a circulation and bringing profit into the governmental system to cater for that. And they could have problems. So it's very important that we look at how our developmental agenda in this country is, the benefits that it's bringing, the profitability schedules, and then apply economy of scale so we can expand education in our country from that angle. Besides that, I also think that if we're educating our people, whether it's free or paid for, please educate your country about what is in your country. The minerals in your country is important. The governance in your country is important. So what the value of gold is. And can then common also be made to go. So idea what it does with an irrigation system that would feed our agriculture, and the agriculture is the same food that will do the processing, which will give us the exportation power once it's processed. The agric is one, the culture is two. The culture is to process it. Now the processing is being restricted. If you don't have this education about putting plants and putting the things in place that would process these things and package them so you can put them on shelves, or you can put them in warehouses and people will load them in containers like Americans are doing, like Indians are doing, like Europeans are doing. That is the education that we need in our country. We have to add it to our academic curriculum. And this is a free education, free this, free that. But we cry school now, and whatever free education that we've given our children that we're going to get benefits from will be if that's what I meant by exporting talents. We export our talents out and we import our products in. The product that we're importing came from the resources, the mineral resources that they've extracted from us. So all we have to do is to put industrialization in the equation and everything changes. Everything. Because you create millionaires, you create entrepreneurs, you create governors, you create leaders. Now, we are developing the group. Taxes are for disabled, we are the cater for them. So the value of the country grows. When you put your nation first, your country automatically grows. Automatically. When you disregard your nation, and you think your country is rich, and you start to trade your resources, the country and the people will suffer. And that is torturing humans. So free education can be good if we can afford for it, and if we can let the people learn about our resources. Thank you.
Let me have a few comments to make on free education. It's been there since 1957, but not the way it's being implemented. How can my batchman who cleans my house go to school and pay fees, or pay as well as myself, the chief of defense staff or security advisor? The system we had was that the fee for ordinary people, fishermen, farmers, poor people. But how could I become serious if a fisherman today, you will not even become anything in Ghana unless somebody push you. So the whole idea was have children of poor people to come up. And it wasn't meant for rich people. I can't Bediako's grandson or granddaughter get free education. It's just rubbish. It's nonsensical. It's for people at Deshi, at Mugwa, in Mensa, at if you know Winnipeg. I could hear the wave when I hit the ground. I was sitting at the beach. Yes, I became chief of defense staff. My mother was selling plantain. There was no way she could pay my school fees. There was no way my father could. The state comes in there and help you to become somebody. But not the children of ministers who are driving land cruisers. Not the president who is driving so many. It doesn't make sense. It is stupid. So let's make policy which makes sense. I went to Britain and interviewed with my son. He's here right now. He's a medical surgeon in Britain. What is best? I didn't pay one peso. They were what you call means testing. I filled a big form. So I have children and other people dependent upon me, so I couldn't pay. The state then paid my son to become a surgeon as I speak to you now. That is how you manage a nation. But today, you know, you go to school, free. And as I'm saying, I was saying a moment ago, my partner who sweeps my room, if his child went to school, it's free. I can defend that. But how can I not pay my children's school fees? I cannot afford pay. Why should the state pay it for me? So that we are not able to. The school educators now, look, they are hungry. They're not even Gary, they can't get Gary to eat. Say I'm lying and I can't afford you. I bet already I go there, they are hungry. So don't do things which doesn't make sense. We don't use our heads for. I'm sorry. And you young people, you are better educated. I never went to school. I went to grad school at the age of 20. And by the age of 3 years, I had completed my education into the army. Fast track. Went to the army with the Francis Prince and Achimota. And go and see my record in Ghana and in Britain. The greatest army school in the world, Sandhurst. Son was a fisherman. My mother was selling plantain in the market. Let's treat Ghana that ordinary people can rise. Because the way it is now, they will never rise. We are stepping on their neck. They can't rise. And that's not fair. Again, when people retire, a car that, you know, you have official car, then a car for the ministers. I have one as a school advisor. When I retired, my daughter said, I said, I wouldn't take the car. I said, yes. Why would I not take the car? Everybody's taking the car. And I said, I am not everybody. And you know, go and tell the bloody car to the state. It's wrong. Let's have integrity. Let's have morality. It is wrong. Why should you come to, next time they are going, they go to other language and then buy new one. How can you be rich? You'll be stupidly poor. That's reality. You are poor with stupidity. And that shouldn't happen. If I live in Ghana, I'm alive, and probably become somebody, I will make sure that we do all these stupid things, we stop doing that. Anybody from Labadi, you go to Labadi 6 8 3. So giving the government the land there, a huge land, built in 1966. But the government was own. It came on the next year, 57. Then government decides not to go ahead. The property belongs to Labadi people. Why are they taking them? And Ghanaian people. They are selling them, you press out to mute. Like dumb, deaf and dumb. And you go, they're open. Who is scaring you? Nobody can scare you. Speak the truth. I've never been scared by anybody. Because I always live by the truth. And will die by the truth. Why are you selling the land there? You go to Makola. Go to old Kingsway, driving down Cocoa Board to ETs. See the women on the street. That makes me sick. My mother never sold food stuff on the street. Yes, we don't care, but our land users, we live around. And then we sell the assets and press again. Have you been bribed not to open your mouth or what? Who have bribed you? Who will change your mouth so you can talk? I keep on saying, Kwame, 2 years I'll be 90. I don't know whether I'll be around. Maybe I'll be gone. But I worry for you. I worry for you.
So last question.
Morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, we are yearning for the youth, and the same youth are still following NDC and NPP. So what is your position? So you are just crying for youth, all your message is youth empowerment, how you campaign, all the youth, but the same people still vote campaign for NDC and NPP. Are they ready for you? Lastly, how do you see can we use common currency to trade? Because we are talking about $1 million, and now can we use a common currency if your policy It's the issue of common currency. I know the city is weak. So how can you use common currency in order to trade around in our trade and business?
Thank you. Thank you very much. No, I would answer his question first because it's two questions, right? So let's start with the youth. And this is a great moment to address this issue. But the youth might be making a lot of noise and not be. I do. Don't think I also don't know that they're splitted and they're over there and over there. Because I found the roots. And the root is when they have the chance to go into university, and that's where they buy them. That's when they make them the SRCs and start giving them money to campaign. And so we're cheating our children to become straight, corrupt politicians, or it's either that or they're in the church praying and they're going to become some kind of pastor that will tell you what your future is going to be like, but they can't determine their own future. This is a country that we live in that I want to make it very clear that I don't need your consent to love you. I don't need your consent to stand for you. So I want to make it very clear to the youth that as much as I stand for them and I scream for them, it's not because I need your consent. It's because I'm thinking about the ones who are unborn yet to come. Because I know that if I don't fix this problem, and if I don't help fix it, it will become a generational problem, and it will keep going down and down and down and down and down. So I don't just think for the people of today, but I also think for the people for tomorrow. And that's why I stand for the youth. So that's what I mean by I stand for the youth. And I know most of them don't even have votes, because when I started advocating for this continuation for voting, for vote registration, they all went quiet. I was expecting the youth of this country to get up and stand for their rights and ask questions to the EC. Why are you not allowing us to have the votes? Why are you giving us 20 days out of the whole year to practice democracy? But they can't. But it's not my problem, and I will not be responsible for someone being coward. But I'm a very courageous man, and I was born to be like that. And I'm sure that's the reason why God has chosen me to come and lead. Because if the youth had that courage, maybe they would have started this before me. But my neck is out, my face is out. I have started a movement, and I have opened a door that not only me will be like this as from now, from tomorrow, in the years coming, you're also going to see young people like me who gather the courage and start to work like this. And it's because we need to start our leadership from a younger age. Don't expect people who have outlived their future to build your future. General is here. He's already accepted to you that I'm 88 years old. I want 10, 20 years for him, but he's only thinking that it's 2 years. So if someone is 75 years old, don't think that they can think to build your future for you for the next 50 years or 80 years. Leadership should start when we're young. When you look at Nkrumah, when he started this, he was in his 40s. All the people around him were 40s. They were energetic. They were aggressive. They were ready to work. They were ready to stand in the sun. And why are you just standing there and thinking that the old man who you are responsible to look after them, they looked after you before. It's your time to look after them. You are still thinking that they're going to build your future. I think people who are thinking this way are lazy people. They're not ready to get up. And a lot of Ghanaian youth are like that. I am addressing this issue now because they don't seem, they think all they have is a voice, and I'm the youth, and I'm the youth. My friend, tomorrow will come, you will no more be the youth, you will be an old man. So if you're going to stand on your feet now and move and make sure that you contribute to the success of the development in this country, you better do it now to be with the history men for tomorrow. Now, the second one is about the currency, right? Why do we have a currency that we base the currency on someone else's currency? Our currency is valued and hedged by the US dollar. But here is the expression in the mistake we're doing. They always say that to make or to create wealth or value, you need wisdom. And it's true. You need a lot of wisdom, you need a lot of knowledge. But to be wise, what does it take? You simply need to understand what it takes to be stupid so you don't repeat stupidity. And you're a wise person. Excuse my language. But coming to the fact of what we are doing with our currency, that we keep repeating that. Okay? The US dollar has pledged gold to the US dollar as their reserves. They come to buy the gold from you, give you the US dollar, and then you pledge your cedi to it. And you don't have anything to take the US dollar into your system constantly. Americans are not buying anything from us every day. We are buying things from them every day, so we're forced to change our cedi to their dollar and go and buy those things. They don't buy anything. The only thing they buy from us is the gold, and they don't buy it from the citizens. They buy it directly from the government. So why haven't we hedged our cedi to our gold? I want to tell you that one of our main policies of the freedom economy, the economic freedom that we're bringing is this: hedging the gold to the cedi. This would make Ghana become the #1 country that can control a continental currency. Because we use that to build. I know some of you heard of the freedom coin. Yes, it was very scary. If the government had to let me in, I'll probably become the next trillionaire and I'll borrow money to everyone in Africa. Because you just have to create reserves. And you have the reserves. We have attributable reserves in this country. Trillions of gold. Trillions. We have been so lazy, just like how we're voting, just like how we're standing up for our rights. And the gold is there. We haven't even bought the right plants to do hard rock mining, this, that, just galamsey. We're just, creeping around the sun and taking small gold from gravels. When you have the rock there, and even the government's investment should be in the rock. Why should we have the likes of Ashanti Goldfield when it's not Ashanti? The company is somewhere from South Africa. Why should we have all these companies from Belgium and from Australia in our country? And they're taking our gold to go and create reserves, and they borrow money just by showing the gold they've taken from us and come back and re-borrow it to us. They take all our concessions. Come on. It's the thinking process. It's dead. It's dead. And we cannot be sitting here and thinking that somebody will come from outside and build our nation for us and make our currency stronger. We are going to make our currency stronger. If we have all of these platforms, which is industrial, we will have a circulating economy. In fact, I intend to import talent. The idea of me telling you that I'm going to take the Chinese and keep them here for working for 4 years, hard labor, is part of importing talent. But I'm cutting the importation system out because they're already here and export my water. After that, I will still bring different types of people in the world, from Europe, from America, from everywhere. They have to come and work for us. The same gold, they can drill, they can do the job for us. We just need to think like investors and business people. And that's why I think Ghana needs this sort of new leadership. Not the leadership who have studied political science, but doesn't know how to build a building or doesn't know how to create business. We need a CEO in this country. Someone that values the resources in this country. Someone that values the humans in this country. Someone that values the citizens in this country. Someone that values their position, that they're responsible and accountable for this country. And those that know the value of money will always understand what life is worth. I am one of those. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, my name is Eugene Osafo Kansa. I am a blogger and the president for New Media Association of Ghana. The various cancellations you've had so far and the obvious delay from the EC to your application, do you see that as a deliberate attempt to sabotage you? And then secondly, in case your picture does not appear on the ballot paper, what is your next move after that? Thank you.
Thank you. So, yes, there's been a lot of cancellations and there's been a lot of destruction. It looks like it's a sabotage. and really it can be defined as that. People like us, we refuse to accept these things. I always think that if you're looking for strength, then first of all you should find the weakness. And whenever people come against you, that problem you should embrace. Behind that problem, you're going to find a greater opportunity. When the convention was cancelled, we became one of the most popular political movements in the history of Africa. We went across to China, to Spain, to France. They were all talking about the man in the mask. In fact, I didn't know that I was the first person in history to have come out politically with a mask on. And now I'm sure very soon there are going to be some universities in the world that they will learn about this particular movement and how it came and changed the narrative of politics. See, I'm not saying that I know exactly what I'm doing and exactly who I'm going to be tomorrow, but I'm listening to the voice and I'm obedient and I'm fair and I'm moving forward. And those who think what I'm doing cannot be done should not just get in the way. Because as you're seeing, people are falling and people are stumbling. People think that they're pulling me down, but they're pushing me out. People think that they're going to stop what I'm doing, but they're giving me more confidence, more vim to do what I'm doing. And on this note that I will use to answer the second question at the same time, that am I expecting to see my face on the ballot? Yes, I am expecting to see my face on the ballot, because I've done everything that is right to be a part of this national governance. If I don't deserve to be on the ballot, then what is the proof that people who are already on there have the right to be there? Because I'm a basic citizen who is following the rules, the regulations of this country. What you want us to submit, we're going to submit it. Whatever that you want us to do, we're going to make sure we do it. But yeah, you can cancel events, you can cancel TV shows, you can cancel that, you can change headlines, but this is the government, and we expect the government to do the right thing. You know, I mean, there must be a lot of corruption in this country, but I must say that we should not mix that with our governance. It's very important that we protect the governance of this country. And I would like to use this moment to also address this issue with the media of this country. And I always want to tell you, since I got into this political industry, I realized that a lot of these media platforms are in the pocket of politicians and not in the interest of the nation. I'm using this moment to address you that, listen, carefully. You might have a job that you're doing, but remember, if you connive the mindset of this nation and drift them into a different place by lying to them for the sake of a politician's interest, you're partly responsible for all of these people who are dying, jobless, struggling, they're cursing. Let's start to deal with facts and truth. That is the subject of the matter. In the past 40 years, this country's governance has been based on the media's final presentation or awareness or message that they sent. And from the time I started the new force, I have witnessed a lot of backwards of messages, upside down messages, turning it this way, that way. We cannot do this to our people. If we want to go all the way to become as trustworthy as the likes of CNN and BBC, or whatever Africa media platform, that one day the world would like to listen to whatever information that they're bringing because they're facts. We should start practicing this now. We should not let the politicians convince us and turn us into Judas, because this country's downfall, I repeat it again, that most of the media platforms in this country are partly responsible for it. And I'm urging all of you, please, let's do what is right for our nation. Let's not stand there and be convinced and let people pay us so we connive with them and do what is opposite Let's not tell lies to the people just because we've been paid to tell lies. Let's ask some sensible questions to our leaders so we can find out why they should be accountable and why they should be responsible. Let's not cover their wrongdoings and try to pull anything else that will come out from any angle. So please, the national media and all the entities, all the people, the workers, the owners, bring your head together. There's a revolution going on around the world. And it's not just Ghana. It's everywhere in the world. And remember, you pay a price for the life you live and the thoughts you breathe. Thank you.
Abusiafo nsama odo a cheda editu dwane ekunekutie na cheso odeniema bebrena egu akwema cheso obeye mampani a obeye ede aboa Ghana obaso drop comment share na like se ne obi ansa betimi aka video ebi mididi adno wusu abofama kra ye besen share ebi
Mr. Mankwa me ofase wo se ni sika bane ade awie ni project no eso de bia me ofase ka ma ne wo problem
enemremu na monte tap sending kan
no so ne de
Tap send here easy, fast and secured way. Ubetimi send this free amanone. Aba Ghana bank account and as a mobile money account. Untia transfer fee via.
Sir, I obey any say.
Chine say won't call App Store na Play Store. On download the tap send app no. Or download ya. Ebebu sanso promo code. Oma the pet TV shim. Obenya €5, £5, and answer $10 on his first transfer.
And you make kwa friend a catch them.
Tabi minyanwe. Esanse tap send at the good news aba. Tap send the gina the customers wanti or the tap send wallet aba.
I know about any say.
So your customer who you kesisia. Ubetimi akọ tap send app no no create wallet wo so. Enti se rate ne kosora now the sika kogu wallet no. Anase mpo betimi atususu nkakra enti abere sema opeso send sika ba Ghana no anse wa send sika na ba Ghana anase oba o my Ghana mu watimi ayusu sika e wo wallet no tie
and you said to say you use momo Ghana hayru
sa pepepe se si tap send that trena shim kopiem wo United Arab Emirates Netherlands ana Austria tap send na
papa no